like you said, coaching shouldn't be just available to a subset of a population, right?
Right.
So how can we make that accessible? How can we help people who do not have the access to shop at healthy grocery stores and still
Right.
eat healthy, right? So I just love your mission because it combines so many elements, not just, hey, we can help you with your wellness. It's more like, are you struggling with putting food on your table, but you also want to get well?
Right.
So I love that.
Yeah, that those are some great points, Shiro. And I want to add that when I finally came to sobriety, it was after many years of denial, and that's the journey that everyone goes on to some extent. But I was considered very high functioning. I think the
Yeah.
people closest to me knew better. But at work, I mean, I would get to work on time. It was rare that I exposed that side of me to my professional world. And so putting that label on myself, an alcoholic, was terrifying because I thought, I am not the drunk in the gutter. I'm not like that. I have a job. I'm good. I'm smart, and when I got a DUI, that was the turning point. And I'm
Mm.
just so grateful that that's all it was, that
Yeah.
I didn't wreck into someone because I thought I was a good driver, when I had a
Yeah.
few drinks. So, I look back at that policeman who pulled me over, and I'm just so grateful that it turned out that way. But yeah, that whole putting a label on oneself, I think, is what holds most women back, especially women, but men
Yeah.
too. That having to face that we're relying on this external substance to get through life,
Yeah.
and what will I be? Who will I be? How will I have fun? How will I relax? How will I go out and party with friends? It just feels like it's overwhelming to consider that sort of a change. But I'm here to tell you that it is fabulous on the other side, and there's tons of wonderful things that happen in life once you clear that wreckage out of the way is
Yeah, and
really,
part of
yeah,
it too is like alcohol again becomes such a normal part of our society. So my
that
husband and
too.
I, we will drink here and there, right? But I've
Hmm.
noticed that when we go to restaurants and they offer us a cocktail and we're not drinking, there's always that like hesitation in a waiter's face, like, are they recovering from alcoholism? Like, what is their
Yeah.
story?
Well, they won't tip well. They're not
Right?
gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, oh, they won't even drink the wine. And then like, you go out with
Yeah.
friends and you're like, I'm not drinking. They're like, oh, are you pregnant? So
Yeah. Oh,
it's like the people who don't
totally.
drink are the anomaly, right? Or there's
Yes.
so much socialization involved. And recently I was having a conversation with my dad again regarding drinking. My grandmother was actively dying and he said to me, I really just want to have a drink. And I said to him, Dad, if you wake up tomorrow, you're still going to feel like crap.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
right.
so why not feel like crap today without the alcohol
Yeah.
and go to sleep and wake up and feel like crap, but
Wow.
now you're not feeling like crap and hangover, right?
Right.
But part of it is just like we just that's our coping thing, right? And
It
so you're like,
is.
well, people drink coffee to stay awake. Like what's a glass of
Right.
wine?
What's the big
And then it
deal?
turns into a bottle of wine and again, nothing against the actual drink. It's the
How we
amount and
use
the
it.
purpose and how it's being
Right.
used, right? People need to be more cognizant of the fact that again, it's not the label that makes the problem. It's who are you being when you can't function without alcohol?
That's right. And
Yeah.
and is this how you want to show up? And is this what we want to show our children about how we show up and how we cope?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think all of that comes into play for sure.
Yeah. So, okay. So tell us how like Teacup Wellness is set up. How does one join and how does one get support from the coaches that you have available?
Yeah, so what we have is a request process. There's a little form on the website. Go to the Find a Coach section, and
Okay.
there's information about the process. The typical coaching sessions they last about anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks. There
Okay.
are some reports that we link out to and other resources on our resources page. The Harvard Health Publishing and the National Institutes of Health have both put out reports that talk about the value of health coaching and wellness coaching. And we focus, because of my background and the background of many of our coaches and friends and family, we focus on addiction recovery and alcoholism and those sorts of things. So the resources are geared toward that. And I'll mention one of my favorite people is Brene Brown. I I link out to her. We
Yeah.
actually share a sobriety birthday, which
She
is
is,
too
yeah, and
fun.
a lot of people don't
Yeah,
realize that about Brene, and she's been
yeah,
very open about that, about
yeah. She has.
her own alcoholism. Wow, so
Yeah, May
happy sobriety
19th.
birthday! I
She
love.
was she was sober 1 year before I was.
Wow,
So
that just gave
she's
me so much chills.
I
I'm like,
know
I
it's
love Brene.
wonderful.
Yeah,
So
and people
her
don't notice
and
that about her, and she's
no,
very open. She shares about it
yeah.
all the time. And I think, like, again, when women like you, when women like Brene share that, it's
Hmm.
like, oh, wait,
Yeah,
she struggled. Maybe I'm struggling, and I think
yeah,
like something's wrong with me. And there's
right.
right.
So, so the person who's interested in getting help, they can donate if they wish, or we provide the services either through volunteerism from our coaches or by paying a small fee per hour for our coaches, and that's all come in through donations and grants and such. Uh, what we do is we take a look at the request for a coach. They can look through the directory and pick a coach based on specialty. You know, we have a broad variety because one of the things I realized is like not every person wants to approach wellness the same way. Some people feel like focusing on stress reduction would be helpful. Others want to lose weight and maybe they want to quit drinking at the same time. And that can be like you know, a double wellness journey in a way.
Yeah.
So we make sure we match them up with the right coach. And then the coaches themselves are treated as contractors. So if we're going to pay them, if they're unable to volunteer or we have the funding, then we just monitor the time and they submit it and we do, contract payments. But the process is as soon as we've paired the client with the coach, then they go off and on their journey between client and coach and use our tools, our resources, but really the coach is providing their own program. We
Got it.
also have a collaboration area within Slack. Some people might be familiar with that
Yeah.
collaboration tool. So it's a free tool and it's private and secure. And so coaches and clients can go in there and interact, share insights, inspiration, get to know each other. So there's like a community that we're building within our online collaboration tools as well.
Love it. And part of why I'm also asking that is because, as I mentioned in the previous episode, Teacup Wellness is going to be our Giving Tuesday um, organization.
So
So
excited.
if
Thank
you
you.
so feel compelled,
Yeah.
now you know why this is a passion for us as Stethoscopes to Swaddles, but also just knowing that it supports so many people. I'm Shira Bergbauer, and you're listening to an excerpt from the Stethoscopes to Swaddles podcast. You can listen to the whole episode wherever you get your podcasts, and look out for new episodes out every Monday. You're doing a great job, Mama. I'll see you next week. Bye now.